New Jersey Republican and member of the House Transportation Committee, Congressman Jeff Van Drew joins me. Good evening, sir. And you sort of are a double, because we in Washington, D.C. are a little bit worried about Reagan Airport, both for safety and other things. And you no doubt fly out of there as a congressman, and you also fly into Newark because you're from New Jersey. So what's the story with these airports? What are we going to do about them?
Well, first of all, this was a perfect storm. As you said, they were doing construction work on a major runway. At the same time, we are very short of air traffic controllers. And then finally, and sadly, our technology is way behind. This runs through a lot of areas, but right now we're going to focus on aviation. I'm in the aviation subcommittee, and we've worked hard to really focus on this. We just had a markup in transportation, which is setting the dollars out for what we're going to do in aviation. And there is over $12 billion in there for new technology, over $1 billion in there to make sure to attract and keep and retain more air traffic controllers. Secretary Duffy was with me in New Jersey 2 weeks ago. We spoke about this issue, as well as toured the FAA facility that happens to be in my district, the major facility for the new technology, where it's going to be developed, where it's going to be worked on. Greta, we are, and we need to get back on track. In the last administration, quite frankly, we were worried about what pronouns you use and failed green energy technologies and everything else in DEI going through every department, wasted billions upon billions of dollars on all kinds of, forgive me, crap. This is the stuff America needs to do. We need to lead.
You know, I think it goes farther back than just the last administration. I mean, I think, you know, Congress has sort of been a little bit asleep at the wheel for us. You know, we haven't had an immigration policy for, you know, decades. The airports have been a mess for decades. We've had unfair tariffs with other countries being taken out. That's for decades. I mean, so you know, it really has been a little bit, you know, I wouldn't necessarily just lay it all at the feet of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Congress is just, you know, it can't get along to sort of get some of this stuff done, and we are now, you know, we're an accident waiting to happen.
No doubt. I agree with you totally. It got worse and really accentuated if you look at the numbers in the last 4 years, but this doesn't happen overnight. The good news is we have a president now and a Congress that truly is focused on this and really wants to get it done. One of the things I hate about Congress is we wait till everything is almost an emergency. The bad news is we got to take care of all the other areas of that reconciliation budget to make sure that people can get along. Everybody's drawing red lines and people aren't working together. We need to get this done. We need to work hard on it, because this is about the future of the country. And Duffy is right. He said the same thing when he was with me in New Jersey. We're going to lose lives. People are going to die. Do we have to wait for that before we actually do something meaningful? I pray to God, no. It's time. And by the way, drone technology, we're a decade behind in that as well.
You know, I do tip my hat to the FAA, though, knock on wood, with the exception of the tragic air in D.C. with the helicopter and the plane. It's been a long time since we've had it. We've had a catastrophic, I think, airline accident. They've been really effective, you know, with all the troubles that they face, the understaffing and everything else. I mean, I think we have failed the men and women in the FAA in a lot of ways, because we are putting a lot of responsibility on them, and and if something catastrophic happens, it's always, you know, we start looking around to see who made the bad call, you know, in the tower or something else. You know, we have a very safe industry, and everybody is dedicated to trying to make it best. But we're putting a lot of pressure on these people.
We've got, absolutely. And by the way, I toured a tower, multiple towers last year. They were using floppy disks, not because they want to, but because that's what they had. We're finally now replacing them. Can you believe they couldn't even get the floppy disks anywhere? They had to go and see where they could wholesale them or pick them up somewhere in Sam's or wherever you can go. You can't make this stuff up.
Congressman Jeff Van Drew from New Jersey, thank you, sir.
Good to be with you.
Well, it's not a